so this is just going to be short today. Second part of the Bilt Hamber Auto-Wheel. So I tested this out straight before on the other side of the car, and what I mean by straight is without any dilution. Sprayed it on the wheel, rinsed it off. It did a great job. But here I'm going to try foaming it on at a dilution of about 15:1, because that's what this foam cannon does, and we'll see how that works. So we're going to spray on, let it dwell, rinse off, and it might look clean, but it is pretty dirty. You can see there. And I'm going to hit my other one as well. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on this, let it sit for a minute, and then we'll rinse it off. And I like foaming these types of products because the foam gives you a little bit of protection from the sun, right? You're keeping it from drying on the wheel a little bit longer. You're allowing it to dwell and work. As those bubbles pop, you get a little bit of agitation. It's just kind of a way to allow you to do stuff like this outside and maybe have a little bit more protection. Also, like I mentioned, a foam cannon like this, it's going to dilute anywhere between 12:1 and 20:1, depending on what foam cannon you're using and how it's set up, the pressure washer that's behind it, and a bunch of other factors. But what we'll see is we're still getting these really dark runs. We see all of this falling off the wheel. Seems like it's doing a great job. And we used a lot less product doing it this way as well. Check out all this purple running off, all this black. All right, so we still have this kind of good cleaning. Did a good job. Not quite the hydrophobic revitalisation that we saw on the other side, but still, like, they look really clean. Some of these pockets and areas that are kind of hard to clean, I've got a little bit left, but not that heavy what I had when we started. But also, because I used a lot less product, I can hit it again if I want to. I could let it dwell for another minute. We could even agitate it with a brush. Like, we're not lazy. And, see how that does. So we'll let this sit a second time. We'll go over and we'll rinse off the front wheel. You can see here we've got another puddle of dark black purple mix. Okay, a little bit left. We'll hit this a second time as well. Let it run again. All right, so simple one today. Auto-Wheel worked well, foamed well. Sometimes acidic products can not foam very well. This didn't have any problems with that. Foaming a wheel cleaner is something that I honestly like to do. I like the experience. I like the added lubricity, the added dwell time. I find those things to be beneficial when I'm, especially in sunlight, when I'm washing a car. And here I get 325, 330 days of sunlight a year, somewhere thereabouts. So I'm almost always dealing with sunlight. Now, obviously you could position the car, like today I did this in the shade, right? Because the sun was on the other side of the vehicle. So I could wash the side, I could spin the car around, I could wash the other side, but I'd much rather a more forgiving product, something I'm not going to have to worry about. So foaming can give you additional dwell time, can allow you to get through that wheel without having to worry about it drying on the wheel. Really, for a product to work well with foam, it needs to be able to be diluted, 12 to 1, 15 to 1, something along those lines, and still perform really well. And honestly, this did. You saw me foam it on, you saw it sit there and drip and fall off the wheel, and I rinsed it off, and we were probably 90% cleanup without me even touching the thing. That's pretty awesome. And then we hit it a second time, and we got closer, maybe 95%. I didn't really have a lot of black runs or anything like that happening when we were done, right? And it's similar performance to some other products that I've used before, like Yum Wheel or Ragnarok's Acid Wash. I think that one actually did a little bit better than this. Honestly, I think the Acid Wash might be a little bit more stout. They tell you not to run at full strength. This says you can run at full strength. So let's just say I think that one is a little bit stronger. And it's a better value if you're in the United States. So that's the Detail Co. wheel wash. I like Yum Wheel a little bit better than this as well. And that's also a better value if you're here. A 5 liter of Yum Wheel is like $80, and this is like $30 as a 1 liter. While I think it's a great product, I know it's a good value if you're somebody who's in the UK or you're some other places. Carzilla is the only provider that can get them to the United States right now. There will likely be something more in the future as OG brings them in-house, and maybe the prices will start to come down as they're able to bring entire containers over and buy them in larger volume. It worked really well. It's not a product that I would necessarily skip if you're interested in testing the line. I think it's probably in my top 5 of wheel cleaners in terms of effectiveness. This, Maniac, ADS, Detail Co., Yum, those have all been really, really good, like all-in-one wheel cleaners. This is non-acid, it's listed as an active wheel cleaner. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it works really well. I don't think it's something I'm going to keep long-term. Like I said, I'm kind of switching to Yum Wheel. It's a product that I was really, really, really impressed by. I bought a gallon of it sitting up there on my shelf. But I think that this is something that I could use and be very happy with as I'm using it. So that's all I have for today. Short video. Yes, it foams. Yes, it works well. It's probably a great buy in the UK, given the price per use that you're going to have there. Over here, it's a little bit more expensive, but foaming it like I did today would obviously allow you to get a lot more cars out of it, right? If you're spraying it on straight versus foaming it, and you're foaming 15 to 1, conceivably, you're going to get 15 times the cars out of it. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less based on overspray, and if you apply twice, well, now it's only 7.5 times the amount of cars, but still, it's a pretty good way to enhance the economic viability of a product. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.